Hi, I've tried to record this video for about 4 days, but each time I keep getting a message from Facebook to say that it's too pixelated or the memory is too high. So just gonna have to keep it short. But what I was wanting to share and that I found really important, was when I was walking through the park recently, just at Ealing Studios, near where I live. That's where they film Downton Abbey. They film some of the old Star Wars there, and they have a really beautiful garden just in the walled area, and everything's starting to blossom, and it just looks incredible. And it smells quite good too. But I'm struggling really badly these last couple of days with hay fever and just not really feeling myself. In fact, yesterday, on Friday night, I was sat in my front room and I ate a whole tub of of chocolate cornflakes, crispy bites. I ate a whole tub. So I'm feeling kind of yucky today, because obviously that didn't do my body any good. So my voice and my nose is a bit stuffy, but with this season that we're in of change, where we can actually see change with our very eyes, God just reminded me that even if we feel like we don't notice changes in our heart, God does. He sees the seasons that you're going through in your life. And Ecclesiastes 3 tells us that there is a time for everything. There's a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. I love that one. A time to embrace and a time to refrain, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time for silence and a time to speak, absolutely, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Now, there's some things, especially those two last ones, don't sound very Christian, but you know what? The Bible is full of a lot of battles, and as ourselves, we face battles within. We're battling whatever we're going through right now, whatever we've gone through before with God. That there's always, at the end of the battle, there's always peace. So don't look at it like we have to begin World War III. It's not that. It's not saying that we do that. But what I will say is be comforted by the change of season that we're in currently, because I believe there's a lot of us who maybe aren't realising the slow changes that God is doing in our lives. And when I was out in the park the other day, I saw the gardeners, and none of them, to be honest, looked like they were having the best time, because they were starting to plant their flower beds. They'd been away and they designed what the flower beds, and God is the ultimate gardener. So God is very much doing that in our lives. You know, he sketched he knows the plans. He sketched those blueprints long ago, and now we're looking at our flower bed that's empty and full of rocks and weeds, and the soil's hard. However, we've got to keep digging. We've got to throw away those stones. We've got to throw away those, get rid of those weeds, and we're starting to plant such beautiful flower beds. And I can promise you, by the end of it, by the time that's all finished, soon the season will be over, and you're going to look over it and just think, how did I manage, God? In fact, there's a bit after this where it says God will take you through, and you will look back and see how far you've come with God. And it's so true. I was looking recently, I just got my Mac back properly working again, and I was looking at my old articles I'd written, quotes that I'd written a long time ago that I never shared online, but I shared in other areas that I was working in. And it was amazing to think that how far God has brought me in my walk with Him, and how I looked at who I was then to who I am now. And it's just amazing how looking at that now, I feel, wow, I was really young then. I was really not immature, but I could see that now, looking back, I'm at a very mature stage in my faith. And you know what? That'll never stop. We're always going to be reaching forwards and stepping forward in God. And we're going to, no matter what age we're at, whether we be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, we're always going to mature. We've always got loads to learn that God has for us. So I'm really excited to share that with you today, and I hope this works. Have a great Sunday. God bless. Bye.